Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a beginner's fingerpicking tutorial of Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. He plays it with capo on the second fret, so if you want to play along with him, second fret, but I'm going to be putting the capo on the first fret for now. So first thing you need to know is the fingerpicking pattern. It's really easy, so first we'll start with the first chord of the song, which is C. Now, when looking at how to pick, you have to know which strings to play and which not to play for certain chords. So, for example, the C chord, you don't play this bottom bass note right here. You just play these 5 strings. So, when picking it, you'll just use your thumb on the bass note of each chord. So, for now, for the C chord, we'll use this string, and then you'll use your pointer finger on the next string, and then your middle finger on the next one after that, and then ring. And you've gone up, and now you just got to go back down. And then before you switch or hit the bass note with your thumb, you got to switch to the next chord. So, for example, the next chord is an E minor. So going from C, you'll use bass note here, up, then back down. Don't use your thumb yet, switch to an E minor, and now you can hit the bass note. Now on an E minor you could technically use this string right here and play these 4 strings, but personally I think the playing starting here and then going up sounds better because it kind of goes along with the C and A minor that are going to be after this. So for example, C, up, down, or excuse me, up, E minor, and then switch to A minor before you hit the bass note, and then you'll use thumb here on the second string again, up, and then back down. Play it twice. So you'll hit the bass note twice with the A minor chord, so it'll be down, and then do it again twice. And then you'll change to the F chord. Now the version of F I'm playing is not the barred version, so this one I'll have the fingering up, but you play just these 4 strings right here. So doing this, you'll start with your thumb on the 3rd string and just go up, thumb, pointer, middle, ring, and then go back down. And before you hit the bass note, change back to a C chord, which you already know, and so we'll just go, and then back to a G chord. And G chord, you play this bottom bass note right here. Now you could technically play these 4 strings, but I don't like the way that sounds as much with the other chords. So like the C uses this as the bass note, and like these like that. So I'm going to be playing the bass note on the 1st string, and then skip the 2nd string, and then pointer on the 3rd, and then middle on the 4th, and ring on the 5th. So it's going to sound like that. So now you know the first line, and now the entire verse uses the same chords. So now that you know the first line, you'll be able to learn or you already know the finger picking for each chord. So we'll go ahead and play the first section, that's the first 2 lines of the first verse, because the first verse plays the same thing twice, just different words. Here, I'll show you what it is. So it's C, E minor, A minor, play it twice, F, C, G, and then we'll go back to F, and then G, A minor, F, C, G, and then C. And then you'll play that twice to end that section of the verse. So if you're having trouble with that, I'd recommend just going through each chord and practicing the finger picking for each one, and then practice changing between the chords. So now that you know the first section of the verse, the second section, like I said, is the same thing. It just changes up the words, but same chords for the song. Alright, so now we're going to learn what I guess you could call the bridge. And now, the bridge starts with an E minor chord. And now usually we've played the E minor with this string starting. But I prefer now to play it starting with this string, because this part of the song the next chord is a B7. The way a B7 sounds is like this. And now after the playing between E minor and B7, you play that 3 times. You'll go back to an E minor, and then to an A7. And now with the A7, you'll go, it sounds like this, and then to a D minor. And now with a D minor, you'll play like with these top 4 strings, and same with an A7. So, that may sound a little confusing. I'll just play the whole thing with just these 4 top strings right here. So it would sound like... opposed to like a deeper sound when you're playing these or these. So let's go through that real quick. So you're basically going to switch between E minor and B7. You'll do that 3 times. So E minor up to B7. It's kind of a weird transition because B7 is kind of an awkward chord, but and then to E minor again. B7, E minor, 1 more B7, and then switch to E minor, to A7, and then a D minor, up, and then G, and then back to C. Okay, so now you know how to pick through all the chords of the song, and you can just look at the chord sheet that I'll have linked in the description, and you can play along. So now we'll just go ahead and play this song, and you should be good to go. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my
falling